Now, what is the accounting problem are that people normally face, and what are the effects of that problem?
O sige, so start tayo, no?
Good, sir.
Yeah, well, yeah, the number one problem is so if the client is coming from a manual system, then yeah, definitely that's a major problem or challenge, no?
Mm-hmm.
Kasi the effect nun is una yung accuracy of information, second yung efficiency. Normally kasi during sa accounting, yung first step is the recording of the actual transaction, no? So given na if manual sila, normally yung pinakang Jurassic is yung handwriting, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So kung handwritten yung transaction mo, so definitely that's not efficient. At the same time, what do you call this? Very slow compared to digital, no? So second is sa accounting kasi once you create your transaction, there's another step which is to update your ledgers and your balances. So updating the ledgers or your balances manually is very tedious. Okay, so yeah, of course, after the ledgers, yung actual reports, yung report generation is still error prone to inaccuracy at the same time not efficient, no? So another effect nun, mas mataas yung your overhead increases because mas maraming time ang ginagawa ng staff accounting people in terms of kasi ultimate objective naman or output of an accounting software is the financial reports.
Mm-hmm.
So the more time they consume in FS preparation, then the more overhead that you'll consume, no?
Also, I mean, I would assume that if there's something wrong with the financial errors, people are prone to make the wrong decisions. I would.
Ah, yeah, exactly. That's a good point, you know. So if inaccurate yung information mo doon, the more error you'll encounter sa decision making. At the same time, if the financial reports are delayed or not on time, then there's a lot of profit leaks that you'll also encounter. Na kasi you'll only see the profit leaks once you see the reports, di ba? So if it's delayed,
So you
if it's
cannot
too
remedy the problems in time.
correct. So if the profit leaks are not seen on time, then for example, 2 months delayed. So 2 months delayed ka nag-incur ng mga expenses na dapat na decision mo na uh, sana immediately kung on time yung financial reports mo, di ba? Ayun, so that's basically the a problem. If you're manual, then these are the consequences. And then of course, the feature that we have is to automate all these things, no, from automate transaction processing, printing of documents
Mm-hmm.
or forms, updating of ledgers are also automated, and in effect, yung financial reports mo are updated on time, if not real time, no? Yeah. So second accounting problem is accounting controls.
Could you define financial controls first, or accounting controls, sir? So at least we I have a general idea.
No problem. So when you say financial controls, firstly, it's majority referring to budget.
Mm-hmm.
No, so if you don't control your budget, then ganun din, your expenses may balloon up, no, and you'll be operating in over budget, and that will affect your bottom line, no? Second effect is yung confidentiality of financial information.
How does okay, ito gets ko kung I mean the first one is to Siyempre, if you have tighter financial controls, but how does help with the confidentiality of financial information?
Number one is if your financial transactions and information is digitized, and at the same time the software has access restrictions, then unlike kasi 'di ba pag if you have
Kung papel lang,
kung papel
makikita.
lang na nakakalat lang sa mga
Mhm.
tables and whatnot, then you know
Mhm.
it's risky in terms of like some people may see it, especially like for example you are yun nga ang mostly naman confidential yung cost, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Yung cost of your operations. So
Yeah.
some people may see like comparative, compare niya dun sa kunyari, well, the easiest example, nakita niya yung sweldo nung isa, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
then very risky in terms of the moral ng tao, no? At the same time pag nakikita niya na meron palang trade secrets, meron tayong mga financial transactions that supposed to be trade secrets of the company, then it's very
That's a
risky.
nice way to put it.
Yeah. Example of a trade secret, well, hindi naman relevant sa or related sa industry nyo. Bawa, yung mga kunyari, if you are selling food, no? Of course, trade secrets doon kung sino yung mga suppliers mo, the recipe of your or ingredients of your product, no? Something like those.
Profitability and of course is also something you want to keep
Co-
confidential.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
All right.
And
Very good.
then when it comes to budget, Microsoft has budgeting modules wherein you can set pro forma income statement beginning of the year, and then you can actually monitor if you are over budget or not. Another control feature is the definition of access rights.
Mhm.
We call it responsibilities. So you can define specific functions that specific role or responsibility can access.
Mhm.
And on top of that, we support approval workflow. So it's an online approval workflow wherein, for example, if you prepare a PO, so instead of anyone can just print and issue a PO sa supplier, merong munang dadaanan na approval online for say the owner or the supervisor before the person can even print or issue a PO, something like that. No?
If we can go back lang to the first one, so we do soft features or functionality for point one. Is it's really automation of all processes? When we say processes, what processes are these? Can automate all of the processes,
Right.
which include.
So, yeah, pretty much is the accounting process, no? So, if you will break it down,
Mhm.
meron tayong purchasing to payment process, meron tayong sales to collection process, cash management process, and then the basically FS reports preparation,
That stands for.
financial statements. Right, third problem is BIR compliance.
Oh, ito yan. Mhm.
The problem is, of course, the tedious process of preparation of BIR reports. No? Penalties that you'll incur if your BIR reports are not accurate
Or
or
late also, di ba?
or late filing. Yeah.
So this is what goes. The book of accounts is what goes with BIR also.
Yeah. On top of BIR reports, kasi filing of your taxes, you also have to submit kasi the book of accounts on a yearly basis. No?
So when we say BIR compliance, this is what exactly?
Generally, the tax filing and payment and compliance dun sa reporting requirements nila.
Yeah. What forms are those? Would you know? May specific.
Madami, no? We have, of course, a VAT, yung mga monthly VAT reports, 2550M, 2550Q, funded withholding tax. We have of course, the ITR, income tax report,
Okay.
yung mga yan. Yung feature natin, yung native support uh, for BIR BIR tax computation and reporting. Compliance to
Oh,
BIR computerized accounting software. No.
hassle yun, ah.
Kasi just to
Yeah.
explain, normally kasi by default you are registered as manual books
Mm-hmm.
or loose leaf, no. Pagka ganun kasi hindi siya pag gumamit ka ng accounting software, it doesn't mean na you can submit the reports generated by by your accounting software, no. There's an additional step to register it's a BIR. Now the BIR, if doesn't acknowledge you or doesn't know you, then they will have to do a system audit if
Mm.
it passes their standards, no. But yun nga, one feature of our system is that we have a lot of approved permits na from several clients that sa CIS or computerized accounting system. So ang effect nun, hindi na sila manual books.
Mm-hmm.
So they can submit already the books that are generated directly from the system. So yung ating consequence of tedious book of accounts, BI reports, that will solve that
So
problem.
I'll state it in a way na compliance to BIR computerized accounting software, and we are ready to support your application.
Yes, yes.
'Di ba? Kasi sila yung mag-a-apply, 'di ba?
Correct, correct.
Ayun.
So, well, meron pa palang isa, yung ang problem is yung branch consolidation.
Branch consolidation.
Hmm.
So we have automatic report consolidation.
Yeah, for if you have multiple branches, parang support for branch accounting and branch reporting. Oh.
Got it.
Branch cost center departments yan,
Yeah.
pwede pa rin. Oh. Hindi lang
Per
hindi lang pala branch consolidation, parang branch,
per
comma,
cost
cost
center.
center, comma,
Yeah. Per
college or department.
college or even per cost center. Wow. Nice. See, I think this is enough to digest.
By the way, I don't know if it's worth noting, no,
Sige.
na one of the major challenge of this of accounting departments is that they don't know how to implement. Meaning,
Parang yung assistance.
yes, so they don't know how to use. In the first place, they don't have an accounting process, a well-defined accounting process, no. Kasi while while an accounting software is a great tool, no, to streamline your process, pero um, at the end of the day, it's not ideal to implement an accounting software if there's no well-defined accounting process. And then part of our value-added service is, we can help them out in also defining. Hindi na talaga related sa product, but our
Yeah.
service to help
Yeah.
them and guide them into.
Ganda yung very complimentary because that's what we say also in our presentations na we don't sell just the application but we sell the process.
Correct.
And they can learn from how we're doing things also tsaka yung mga best practices.
Yun, oo. Yun lang, kasi I would say probably 70 to 80% of the problem talaga lies on that.
Tsaka usual kasi sa accountant, nandun sila sa traditional way of thinking. Paano ko ganito ginagawa ko manually? Paano ko ba ililipat to ron sa computer?
Correct. Yeah, and wala talaga silang knowledge in terms of what is the best practice in accounting.
Okay, I think you have to go, sir, but thank you. This is already a lot.
Okay.
I hope I will do it justice.
Sige, thank you din. No?